What's going on, everybody? It's Gribbers here. Today we're going to go ahead and do a full game review of Jurassic World Evolution 2. I was playing this here on the PlayStation 5, but it should be very similar to Xbox and PC. So right off the bat here, this game delivered. It was awesome. There's no other way to put it. You didn't have to necessarily play the original game, Jurassic World Evolution 1, to have fun here, to kind of figure it out. The game does give you a very easy tutorial here, being a campaign, which we're looking at right now. There are 5 separate missions here that kind of give you the groundwork of how to play the game. It was probably about 2 or so years since I last played Jurassic World Evolution, the original game, before picking up this game here. So I was pretty rusty at the beginning. Once I started to do the first mission here in Arizona, it mostly came back to me, but you didn't necessarily need to play the original game to fully understand how to take care of this one, and that's a big plus for the game. It would have been nice to play the original. You didn't really have a step up, but you didn't have to necessarily, and that's a really good thing to have with the game. So it did take you through 5 separate missions here. You went to Arizona, Washington, Pennsylvania, Oregon, and California. It kind of took you through some of the scenarios. It introduced some of the aviaries, kind of how to capture dinosaurs, build an enclosure, ultimately build up a small park here, go into the wild and scan dinosaurs to kind of see what their status is. So this was a really, really, really good campaign. It really set you up for success here in the game. The 2 main modes on this game are both Chaos Theory here at the bottom, which I have 80% on, which I'll touch on in a second, as well as Challenge Mode, which I only have 20% on. We're going to go ahead and look at Chaos Theory here first. Chaos Theory takes you through actually all of the movies, so there's been 5 to date. The 6th one does come out this summer. Very excited for that. But nonetheless, it takes you back in time here to the original movies, and it kind of gives you kind of a picture of what could have been or what you can do to kind of fix it. It's just a really good, trip down memory lane there. It was a lot of fun. Overall, the 4 that I've done so far here, the original, San Diego, Site B, and Return to Isla Nublar, they were all pretty cool. They weren't too challenging, which I feel like is good for a casual player. Site B was a little bit depressing. It only took 40 minutes to complete. It really didn't do too much, so that one was a little off-putting there. But these other 3 here, Jurassic Park, San Diego, and Return to Isla Nublar, they were awesome, very fun to do. It took me about 2.5 hours for San Diego, about 3.5 hours for Jurassic Park, and only about 1 hour and 15 minutes here for Isla Nublar. Jurassic World here, the one that I haven't completed yet, was said to be the hardest one. We're going to go ahead and get some gameplay out on that here pretty soon in the next coming weeks, so make sure to check back for that. But I know that it's going to live up to expectations. We just actually finished up Return to Isla Nublar here today, and that one was pretty cool. My favorite one out of these, actually to date, is Return to Isla Nublar. It closely followed the movie. Pretty much word for word, what they did is what you actually do in this Chaos Theory, which was really, really nice. It was just a big recap of the movie, so I really enjoyed that. The other mode that you can play here is Challenge Mode. There's 5 different maps that you can play here. You have Canada, Germany, United Kingdom, Northwest USA, and Southwest USA. As you can see here, I've completed 4 of them and did not complete the last one yet, but that's okay. That is coming here soon. In Challenge Mode, there's a lot more to do than Chaos Theory. Chaos Theory is just a single map. There's only one set of objectives to do throughout the entire map, and once you finished it, you're done. You can't go back. There's nothing else to do, besides restart, of course, and do it again. But with Challenge Mode here, there's 4 different difficulties. I have the bronze kind of medal, which means that I completed them on easy mode. There is a medium mode, hard, as well as Jurassic. Jurassic is going to be the toughest out of all of them. I tried to take care of some of these on Jurassic, and they were pretty difficult, and I did ultimately fail them. So we're going to have to do some fine-tuning here to go ahead and try to take care of these, but they're rather difficult. And just kind of looking at how difficult it is on easy here. As you can see, the part time was 2 hours, 30 minutes. I completed myself in 2 hours, 45. On Germany here, the easy mode is 3 hours, and I did it in 2 minutes and 9 seconds, so, you know, pretty close with what they should be. 2 hours here, I did it in 2:12. Northwest USA, 3 hours, I did it in 3:09. So those were pretty close to on par. You know, it wasn't too bad, but if you just look at kind of the scenarios with these difficulties. On easy mode here, for example, on Northwest USA, you start with a $9.5 million. That's a lot. If you bump it up just to single difficulty, just one, and go up to medium here, it drops to $7,500,000. That's a $2 million drop by just going up one difficulty. If you go up to medium, it drops another 2.5 million all the way down to 5. And if you go to Jurassic, you lose another 500,000, dropping it to 4.5 million. So the difficulty definitely ramps up really, really quick in challenge mode. But hey, that's exactly why they call it challenge mode. So these are very difficult. Unlike the first game, it didn't really have something like this. If you 5-starred the original kind of islands on that map, you did ultimately get the trophy here. There are some trophies for getting the Jurassic difficulty completed on every single challenge map here of the 5. And again, I only have 4 of them done on easy. So if you are looking to platinum the game, it's going to be a harder game to platinum than probably most. These challenge modes are pretty intense. People fail them all the time. I've looked at tons of forums online, you know, helpful videos of how to complete them, and it is very difficult to complete on Jurassic. It's not too bad on medium. It's manageable on hard, but Jurassic is really, really tough. You can see here the par time as well. That's another good point. The original par time on easy is 3 minutes. You jump up one difficulty, it doubles to 6 hours. You go up to hard, 3 more hours up to 9, and you go up to Jurassic, it jumps another 4 up to 13. A lot of things can go wrong in challenge mode. You know, as you kind of increase the difficulty, dinosaurs get sick more often. Your scientists take longer to go ahead and rest. So it's just tough. So that's really the only knock I have on this game, is that if you're looking to go ahead and platinum the game, you do have to complete all of these maps here on Jurassic, and it is very, very difficult to do so. I'll try to at some point. Hopefully I can do it, but it is pretty tough as a whole. And then the final mode here, and probably the most enjoyable one, is the Sandbox Mode. I haven't done this yet, but you know, you can easily do it with anything that you have unlocked here. As long as you beat the map. As you can see, I didn't beat the final challenge mode, so that's locked. And I didn't beat Isla Nublar, the original one, Jurassic World, so that's locked as well. But let's just go ahead and look at San Diego here real quick. I did this right before the video just to make sure. So Sandbox Mode basically lets you do whatever you want. There's no limitations. You're in complete control. It'll give you the original map here. You get the amphitheater. I'm going to go ahead and skip the cinematic here real quick, but you can do whatever you want. As you can see here in the bottom of the screen, it says unlimited. That's your cash level. Normally in every single mission, you have a certain amount of dollars to spend, and if you run out, you're kind of screwed. But in Sandbox here, you have no limitations. Money is not an issue. Every single building is unlocked by default. And that was with the new update, so that was a really beneficial here to Sandbox Mode. Prior to the update, recently, you had to go in and beat all of these games just to unlock the buildings in Sandbox Mode. Kind of annoying, but they did fix that, so I definitely give them props for that. So for example here, normally on each map, you'd have to go ahead and kind of research the dinosaurs, find their fossils, dig them up, and then ultimately go ahead and build them in the hatchery here. So we're going to go and build a hatchery real quick just to kind of showcase again our point about why Sandbox here is pretty cool. So we do have to attach that there. We do have to build an arrival point in order to use this. So we'll do that real quick here. Just connect the path real quick and then we'll be good to go. So since we're in Sandbox Mode here, everything is at your control. You could do whatever you want. So we're going to go ahead and slow down here again. Normally, you wouldn't really have any dinosaurs unlocked at all. But in Sandbox Mode, everything is available. Look at all these dinosaurs. They're groups of 5. So there's here 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. There are 67 different species of dinosaurs here that you can also build in your sandbox. Some of the more memorable ones like the Velociraptor, the Tyrannosaurus Rex, the Spinosaurus, for example, in Jurassic Park 3 here. But they're all unlocked and they're all at 100% genome. You don't have to go digging for their fossils throughout the world. They're automatically unlocked here. So if I decide that, you know what, hey, I just want to start off right, I want to build a Tyrannosaurus Rex, you can do so. You can do whatever you want to do here. The map is your free reign. They're usually pretty large. San Diego is kind of one of the smaller ones, but there's still plenty of room. It gives you 4 enclosures here. There's plenty of room behind it, plenty of room here on the sides. So Sandbox Mode is really cool. And with the recent update, even if you're just a casual player, someone that's just kind of looking to have fun with the game, you could jump into Sandbox Mode immediately here. You don't have to do challenge mode. You don't have to do chaos theory, and right away have fun. For yourself, for your kids, for your neighbor, whoever you want to do it for. There's all of these different cool dinosaurs to look at and choose from. The creation is all yours. So Sandbox Mode is going to be really cool here. I'm going to go ahead and try to finish up those chaos theories. I've got 1 left. And then go ahead and finish up those challenge mode if I can. Try to knock those out on Jurassic difficulty. But overall here, my rating for this game, my review, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 9 out of 10 stars. It's only missing that 1 star. It's not going to be a 10 out of 10 because challenge mode is very, very difficult. I'm one of those people that does like to try to platinum games. It's just a achievement there. But the Jurassic difficulties on these challenge modes are very, very hard. Platining the first game, Jurassic World Evolution, wasn't too bad. There were some challenging parts, but nothing as severe as this here. Doing these challenging modes on Jurassic difficulty is going to take a lot of practice, a lot of skill, and probably a lot of agony. So overall, this game is a very, very solid 9 out of 10. I highly recommend this for anybody. If you're into the Jurassic World or Jurassic Park movies, or you just like dinosaurs in general, this is a great game. You can really try to make it difficult and play challenge mode. You can kind of go back in time and go back through those movies in Chaos Theory here with the 5 movies currently available. We think the 6th one is to come here, but we'll have to see after the 6th movie is released this summer. Or you can jump into Sandbox here and create your whole universe yourself with everything unlocked right out the get-go. So make sure to stay tuned here for additional gameplay. We're going to take care of this final Chaos Theory here in Jurassic World, as well as try to see if we complete these challenges modes. So make sure to pick up this game. It's definitely a must-buy. It's a lot of fun. So I did hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.